talking.
This
Look
is
at my mana.
savage, but come on, man.
Just kill the master.
Innovate.
They called
The boss
run,
came up after,
I
like,
ran,
the Masters
and I was
too,
out of mana.
after we,
I don't know what the hell they were expecting.
Just take some blame, goddammit. Just
the boss coming
just a
out,
bit.
I don't know if we...
None.
None.
None was.
How can you say there's no... Bro, you can't say that, man.
He totally goes to manager. He knows, you lying bastard. You lying bastard.
And for all the content creators that were out there trying to cannibalize me to boost their numbers for a little while, no one's going to want to do anything with you other than other people that also want to cannibalize you. You're going to surround yourself with assholes. So have your minute and have fun.
This one goes out to all of you nerds. There's nothing better than when there's a situation surrounding someone exhibiting lol cow features. Stuff like having a huge ego, never admitting when they're wrong, and telling everyone around them that it's just flat out dumb. And that's it. Today in this video, I'll be covering someone exactly like that. The World of Warcraft streamer, PirateSoftware, who I've only seen before, you know, like a few spots online. But now, I'm getting more antiquated with him in this recent situation where he just seems like a real asshole, to be honest. For some background, he's part of a guild in World of Warcraft called OnlyFangs. Very funny. Which is led by the equally as big streamer Soda Poppin, who has unfortunately had to take action to kick out PirateSoftware after this embarrassing display of confidence, where after explaining it, hopefully you see why PirateSoftware deserves to get some flack. Right, so from what I saw, he partakes in like a session called Hardcore WoW, where, as the name implies, it's a much more serious version of World of Warcraft, where I imagine, you know, someone's death, like a character, has some real, like, you know, repercussions. And in one stream, he went to a location that was pretty difficult, and in the party, he wasn't the short caller, someone else was, which I think is, you know, just a name for like the leader. And during one part of the session, it got very difficult, and the short caller said, okay, we'll have to get the fuck out of here, and they all ran. However, at some point, they realized, wait a second, it's actually not that hard, we can probably take them. But PirateSoftware kept on proceeding, she kept on running. And of course, they all had to abandon, because if you have one guy off your party, then yeah, it does fuck you over quite a bit. However, unfortunately, it did lead to the death of 2 characters there. And like I said, you know, someone dying in there, probably, you know, like has some deep shit behind, like, you know, they probably lost it. I don't know shit about World of Warcraft. But that wasn't the worst part. Like, if we crucified people for losing a game, you know, the whole internet would be fire. The issue was PirateSoftware not conceding at all to how he fucked up with not only you know, his explanation of, you know, just panicking, which wasn't that bad. It was more so like how on his stream you could literally see like items in his hotbar, like a blizzard item or like a mana crystal, where he could literally use them to like help the party, but he didn't. He was just panicking. And if he conceded to that would have helped. But he literally didn't. Not in the stream, or like not in the stream after. He kept on, you know, he kept on doubling down, saying how he was right to run, and for everybody else, like the short caller, they were all dumb for running away, and he just simply followed their actions, and that was it.
They called
The boss
run,
came up after,
I
like, the
ran,
Masters
and I was
too,
out of mana.
after we,
I don't know what the hell they were expecting, dude. That does not make any sense. No. They overpulled 2 polls and the boss.
Not a
He
single
says
person.
him out of mana goes to click the mana crystal, then ice barriers instead.
Yeah, did he hover over? Oh, so he knew he had mana gem. It's a misplay.
Even an ice though would have been enough.
You guys pulled that when
I think he didn't realize he had it, and then he realized he had it after he already left and kind of just doubled down based on ego.
Instantly ran out, bro. You instantly ran. You didn't even look
as much
back.
as you're angry right now, of course I ran.
Don't be angry
at all.
You
I'm not angry at
overpulled
all.
2 packs. You overpulled 2 packs and a boss. I had 1,400 mana left. I had to spend all of that mana to try and put it on Blizzard to save you guys in the first place, and nothing left.
Not
you
really.
weren't paying attention to party resources. You overpulled, and you weren't paying attention to where the boss was. That's not on me.
Ooh!
I saw the
just take some blame, goddammit.
the boss coming
Just a
out.
bit.
I don't know if we could like,
It's okay.
move back.
Not a big
faster,
deal.
And I'm gonna be honest, I don't normally care about like video game consequences, right? Because like I said, you know, I don't play World of Warcraft. But someone like him, when you watch a stream, someone like him, he's so full of himself, it's like laughable. Like normally, like if you, in hindsight, you know, that'd be the perfect time to be like, okay, I'll admit, I did panic and I fucked up. I'm sorry. But he literally didn't. It was so, like, it's his whole demeanor about him just seems so fucking annoying. Like, normally I don't give people shit for, for the voice, because they can't really control that. But in his case, he seems to be like so, like the egos, is so blatant with the way he speaks to everyone, like to his fans, and the way that he speaks to his party members, who he literally fucked over by running away and not helping them out. And so my point of reference was his VOD by Soda Poppin, where he went over like the stream that PirateSoftware did and literally broke it down why he could have helped out the team and he didn't, and why his explanation post after that was really fucking dumb and it made no sense and was completely clouded in ego and confidence that he was a smarter person, And also, by the way, I'm much rather trust someone like Soda Poppin because he's the owner and leader of the guild, OnlyFans, also because he seems to be more reasonable and level-headed than PirateSoftware could ever be. However, I will say now, the one part I feel bad for Pirate 4 is the amount of death threats he was getting, which it wasn't like an enormous amount, or at least from what I could tell, but there was some that were pretty fucked up. Like, there was one, disclaimer by the way, but there was one where the person that typed it said that they wanted to pleasure themselves to a VOD or a stream of him getting his head cut off or getting killed. Like, that's fucked up. In no situation do I condone that at all. However, at the same time, there is some valid criticisms that, that should be there and shouldn't be diluted by, all the other shit that just comes very often. Like, in every scenario, you will have people like that, sending death threats. And of course, you can't argue with them, but with other people that do have some good points, yeah, like, you should talk with them. And also at the same time, I think around that time when he was getting death threats, that would have been like the perfect time to just backtrack and apologize for what you did. Like, not because he was wrong, I mean he was, but it would take away from the heat, the fucking attention you're getting. But even then he didn't. And also, I don't really trust a person that has all of his friends and streamers, telling him why he's wrong, and he still ignores them, and telling them that they're dumb. I don't trust a person like that. And also, by the way, it doesn't matter that much, but I'm seeing mention of how his character before in the past wasn't so good, and he has, quite a troublesome history. I have no idea about that, of course, but I'm more covering this situation because I actually know what I'm talking about, and this makes, this is way more recent. But anyways, I now want to read his response, which after going through it, not only is it not that good, but with how long it is, it reminds me of something that Dark Viper would say or like type out with how fucking long it is for a very simple thing to just say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Jiro's trying to character assassinate me online for a bad poll in Diamond WoW Hardcore. This is a hardcore WoW and a loss on the line when you step foot into a dungeon. Here was a live breakdown of the last 24 hours. Our party went the wrong way and overpulled multiple packs with a boss. The show caller made the call to run and then went back on the call. The unit ran out, another pack was pulled as we had opted out to skip it previously, which is never a good thing. Communication was completely broken throughout this, and it was our second time failing the dungeon. Everyone played poorly and 2 people ultimately lost their characters for it. Each person in this group made mistakes, including myself. Fuck everyone else, I mean, I did some bad stuff as well, but so did everybody else. Yeah, good response. I have never once said I was perfect in my play, nor that I was a god gamer. I'm just an ex-Blizzard employee that has played Mage for a long time. Okay, there you go again, bragging about it. To pin down a single person is absurd at best, and if you're calling for death and cancellation over it, you're too invested in this content in a very unhealthy way. I mean, of course I agree with that, but that is a very small minority, a vocal minority, when other people, like, the large mass, do have some good points against you that you should respond to. If you're a creator engaging this kind of behavior, then eventually, your content wave will end, but the relationships you sully will be permanent. Hope it was worth it for you. I mean, I'm guessing he's talking about people like me that cover the story. I mean, I don't care if I sullied the relationship with PirateSoftware. I don't really think I had one in the first place, but whatever. Jiro's trying to defend me. Don't worry about it. This too shall pass. Do not attack anyone else on my behalf. I've always hated that kind of behavior. I've had no intention of stopping making things or not doing stuff, as I already have been. Those who were banned will say so. I've never liked that kind of knee-jerk reaction behavior in our community before, and I will not be changing that now. For those that don't understand why they will stay banned, we had a 10-hour-long hate raid over live on Twitch. We had to ban nearly 4,000 accounts across all platforms, and our moderators received death threats regularly throughout it all. That's insane. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna throw a long shot. I refuse to believe that even like 100 of them will give you death threats. I just don't. I'm not denying, that some of them did, but there's no way that, all 4,000 did. in my opinion, it just seems like, all of them will be like, or some of them will be like, hey, I think you're wrong for this, I think you're wrong because of X and Y, and you ban them over that. People call for me to be killed both in-game and out of game. They tried to get me banned from Twitch, the guild, and WoW. They tried to make disparaging comments about a fairy rescue, or that we somehow hurt animals. Maybe like 5 people said that, but there's no way that, a huge majority was spreading that rumor. They tried to spread rumors saying I was convicted of felonies and many other things, but the internet hate machine will not defeat me or the community that supports me. See you in WoW Hardcore tomorrow. Wow. Like I said, not a good response at all by any metric. And so of course, after this situation, Solo Puppet made the choice to just kick him out, because not only was he, not apologizing, but he seemed really insufferable. Which I think this choice, that he made, when you read it, it does seem like a hard decision, but yeah, it was completely fair in my opinion. So here you have the message from the Discord. Yes, I made the decision to GK Pirate. I felt a large majority of people in the guild felt uncomfortable playing or being around him, and all the drama that surrounded him at this point. Even though people may have not felt that way, a lot did. And after seeing some clips today of him quadrupling down, or I don't know what number we're on this point, I think I'm making the right decision, but still, I feel bad. Try to just let this whole thing slide into forgetfulness and move on, in my opinion. Stay safe, gamers. And a good explanation of what happened and why it was fair to kick him out. But then PirateSoftware, he made the most soy reply ever. What did he say? Let me find it. Yes, that's right here. A cool way to handle it. Well done, OnlyFans. So okay, just take it on the chin. Apologize now and try to make a comeback, or just take it on the chin. Just pick one, you soy baby. But anyways, the last thing I'll finish on is this clip where I think it was a recent stream where I hate stuff like this. He was saying to all the people that were covering him, commentators or streamers, and if you were saying that he was wrong, then enjoy your minute of fame. But soon after this, in a week, you'll be nothing after this story. You'll go nowhere.
And for all the content creators that were out there trying to cannibalize me to boost their numbers for a little while, that may work for now, but in the future, no one's going to want to do anything with you other than other people that also want to cannibalize you. You're going to surround yourself with assholes. That's going to be on you, bud. That's shitty for you, to be honest with you. And I feel bad for you.
See, it's exactly stuff like that, where his demeanor is so annoying that I really cannot forgive him. Also, again, if you're so lazy that you fall back on the reason that your detractors only hate you because they need content, then yeah, I hate that shit. Cause it's so lazy. Instead of calling out the points that they have against you, which you could talk about, but they'll take actual effort, and it might make you look bad. So of course, he doesn't do that. So in summary, if there's one lesson you should come out from this, is that no matter how much confidence you have in yourself, you should occasionally step back and listen to what your friends have to say about your situation or about you, especially in this context. Because I'm not sure if OnlyFans was making money, but still, that's a pretty big piece of notoriety just completely gone. You can't really win back unless you make a huge embarrassing apology. A much more humiliating alternative than if you had just realized in the first place why people are shitting on you. Plus, not to mention, for newcomers like me, holy shit, do you seem insufferable. What person would actually want you tune into your streams if all they see is just you talk about how you're right in a sea of wrong people? And plus, you can't forget, he's been working at Blizzard for 7 years now. But yeah, regardless, if you've seen this situation and decide that he seems like a pretty chill and rational guy, then good on you. I'm glad that you've been introduced to a new streamer that you find enjoyable. But for me personally, I literally cannot find anything good out of him, out of this airheaded, egotistical guy, not even a tiny bit.